How's it going, everyone? It is Andre Williams, and over here we talk stocks and we focus on one thing. Always protect your profits. And today we're going to be talking about Digital World Acquisition Corp, aka Trump stock. Ended up seeing a lot of momentum towards the end of the day due to a recent news catalyst. I'll talk about it further inside of this video. I won't waste any more time. Let's get into the agenda. If you're new to this channel, I just want to let you know we have timestamps down below inside the description. But if you're a shareholder or you're thinking about taking a position, I highly suggest you watch this full entire video. So the first thing we're going to go over is a technical analysis. We're going to be taking a look at the overall price action. We want to know support. We want to know resistance. We want to know what it looks like in the bearish case scenario and in the bullish case scenario. I want to make sure you're prepared. And then we're going to go on Fintel, taking a look at the short interest information. The reason why this is important because it does have an impact on the way the stock performs. And then we're going to be taking a look at the order flow distribution. We want to know the buying and the selling behavior on the retail side and as well as for the institutional side. And then when all of that is done, we'll be going into the final thoughts and as well as some more details. So let's get to it. So we're going to do a technical analysis for Digital World Acquisition Corp. Let's see how it performed on the day. So it ended up closing at $60.27, being up 19.65%. On the low, it tested $45.20, and then on the high, testing $61.85. When we take a look at our volume stats on the day, you can see we traded at 10.046 million shares, and the average volume over 10 trading days is at 1.83 million shares. So when you get this above average volume coming through a stock, you're going to see price action like this. When we take a look at our chart, which is a daily chart, we can see from the RSI down below, it is right around 63.46. And then when we take a look at our moving averages here on the chart, keep in mind it hasn't been trading for that long. We are above the 21-day EMA and as well as the 50-day. So you can see we ended up having a high right at 61.85. So this is an area you're going to want to keep an eye on for tomorrow. If we're able to pass it, then I'm going to be looking forward to seeing how well we can get past 65.50. And then passing 65.50 can send us right here to $70. And this is where I say the stock could really start taking off. Now, as far as what you want to see for tomorrow's support holding up, I'd want to see it hold up around the $55 level. If it decides to break through 55, then of course I want to see some strength around 52, 53. Breaking through those areas and breaking through 50 will send us right back into the $40 range. So that's just something that you want to be aware of. But again, if the momentum does continue, we should be able to hold up the $50 level because we have been holding it up for quite some time already. So let's see how DWAC performs going into tomorrow. But one thing is for sure, it's going to be very interesting, and at least you have some sort of a strategy in regards to the overall price action. So we're going to take a look at the short interest information for Digital World Acquisition Corp. So for the dark pool short volume ratio, it is at 52.94%, and then for the dark pool short volume, it is around 294,330 shares. Scrolling down further on the page, the short shares availability is at 10,000, updated 18 minutes ago, and then for the short borrow fee rate, it is at 86.91%. So that is up there. And then when we take a look at the history of the short volume, we can see for the close of January the 4th, it was at 52.42. And then for the close of the 5th, which was yesterday, it was at 52.94. So a slight increase right there, and there is short squeeze potential in Digital World Acquisition Corp, aka Trump stock. So this is going to contribute to its overall volatility, and it's part of the reasons why there can be some opportunities here for traders. So now let's go into the order flow distribution. Now let's take a look at the order flow distribution for Digital World Acquisition Corp. So for the inflow, it's at 121, and then for the outflow, it's at 107. So we did have an inflow day. Taking a look at the breakdown on the large, it was 0.63. On the medium, it was 87.28, and then on the small, it was 32.70. When we take a look at the outflow side on the large, it was 0.77, and on the medium, it was 72.69, and then on the small, it was 33.32. Taking a look at the large scale orders in the last 5 days, you can see for January the 6th, which is today, it being that negative outflow of 134.61. Analyzing the numbers even further for the small scale orders that tends to represent the retail side, we had more selling than we had buying. And then when we take a look at what happened on the medium, we had more buying than we had selling. And then for the large, which potentially could be representing institutions, we had more selling than we had buying. And when we take a look at the turnover ratio, it was at 28.83%. So yes, this is very high, but no surprise whatsoever, because we know a lot of traders are going to be jumping into this play. There's also a lot of bag holders inside of this play. Part of the reasons why there's a good amount of selling on the retail side, but it's just one of the things that you want to make sure that you're clear about, and you know if you're going to be playing the stock, especially for tomorrow. There's going to be volatility. There's going to be a lot of fluctuations in price. It's going to require some strict focus, but I do see the potential, especially with the catalyst that we're going to be talking about inside of the final thoughts. So let's get into it right now. So for my final thoughts for Digital World Acquisition Corp, the announcement that came out today that they want to start Truth Social on February the 21st. So this brought a lot of excitement, and this is why towards the end of the day, I wish it would have came out either in the after hours or pre-market, not during regular trading hours. We ended up seeing a really strong spike. And this is why I want to make sure you keep this on your radar. This play has a lot of potential to move further. We have seen what it has done in the past. Many of us have already made money on this play. But one of the things I want you to pay attention to in regards to price action, I kind of talked about this inside of the technical analysis. We want to see it hold up that $50 level. So right at 50. It has been consolidating and building support right at $50, or we could say between 48 and 50. So breaking through these levels, of course there would be weakness. But if it's going to stay at 50, and considering that we already have the launch date already, I can see even some more momentum coming into this play. So you really can't go wrong with that, but of course make sure that you're using the right risk management. And for tomorrow, keep an eye seeing if it could hold up at least around $54 to $55. If it is able to do this, then we can look forward to seeing that push go into 60, and if it can get above $65, this stock can really start running. If you want more details on that, again, check out the technical part of this video. Also, as far as for the overall volume, I think it was around 10.7 million. So that's not a lot whatsoever. And again, the news came out towards the end of the day. So it's going to be very interesting going into tomorrow, because if we have more volume coming into this play, things can get very interesting. So again, add this to your homework and as well as your due diligence. And on top of that, as far as for the overall flow, it is pretty low, being just under 30 million. A lot of positives here. Also, when we went on Fintel, taking a look at the short interest information, it does continue to have short squeeze potential, plus it has high short borrow fees. If you want more details on that, of course, you could check out the short interest section of the video, but this is one thing that can really help the stock move further. So have a strategy in place to take advantage of this opportunity. And another fact that I want to bring across your radar, when you notice that DWAC or Trump related stocks start moving up, it does have a negative impact on the market as a whole. You'll see tech stocks pulling back and so on. So again, that's an opportunity for you to take advantage of a short, or whether you want to go in with a put. This happens every single time. When that news dropped, I was like, all right, we're going to start seeing a pullback in a lot of tech plays. And that's exactly what happened. And this also happened the last time Trump stock was running up. Also keep in mind, there are a lot of bag holders inside of this play. So there could be a good amount of selling pressure. So that is one thing you want to be aware of, and to make sure before you jump in with your trade, you have a game plan. So let's see how DWAC performs going into tomorrow, but I'm going to continue to keep an eye on this play and also think about taking a position, because I do see there will be some momentum leading up to that February 21st launch date. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we'll be talking real soon.